for recruitment you need to have that eye. ये बंदा ये काम करता है. Because right hire is as important as hiring.
I have seen lot of companies, the leaders, a person who always wants to lead in a way, putting a lot of pressure on that particular employee.
When the credit comes, the leader should be standing at the back and let the team take the credit.
Yeah.
And when the bullets fly, when there is a lot of criticism, the leader has to come in the front and take it.
So after taking 6+ interviews, getting hired also, end of the day, the company realized that this person is not a right person for us.
So you could have a candidate who's got a really good impressive CV, who is doing really well in the interview, but then eventually 4-5 months down the line, the candidate is not performing.
Yeah, I've also seen that if you hire a person from say corporate, even though you give them a lot of salary, end of the day, that person is not satisfied. नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सभी का स्वागत है एक सोच में। हर एपिसोड की तरह ये एपिसोड बहुत ही ज्यादा खास होने वाला है, खास करके फाउंडर्स के लिए। आज के जमाने का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है? हायरिंग अ राइट पीपल एट राइट टाइम। बट इसी में सभी फाउंडर आके फंस जाते हैं। तो आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट है राजेश नायर, हु इज अ फाउंडर एंड CEO ऑफ टॉप गियर कंसल्टेंट प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। ही इज one of the most influential and expert in this industry. So let's hear it out, the most important challenges and the struggles which basically founders, CEOs and HR leader faces on and off. So let's welcome Rajesh Nair ji on Ek Soch, one idea that changed your life. Welcome to Ek Soch, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nirale, for a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being there and thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Right.
So basically this entire podcast is about Ek Soch,
Right.
one idea that changed your life.
Right.
बोलते हैं ना, business शुरू करना is not easy.
Correct.
Right? Every business starts with a problem.
Right.
And every thought comes with one idea.
Right.
So what was your one idea or what was your one thought that changed your life completely?
So basically, when I started working, I worked for Samsonite for a year, and then started working for Godrej for a couple of years. So most of the talks, most of the meetings that I used to attend in the senior management as well, the discussions were more to do with people. How do I get the right hire? The problem they used to face is, I'm not getting the right person for the job. Discussion about the competition, about the product launch used to happen, but any manager would be asking, would you know someone who can join my team? So there was this problem I could see, and I could see India was at that cusp wherein it was growing rapidly.
Yeah.
So talent could become a game changer for most of the companies. Any company with the right talent would actually, would grow faster.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's something that is very evident now. People with the companies with the best talent, they actually outperform companies with people who are not that great. If I may say so.
I agree to this, but then ये जब ये word आ जाता है ना, right kind of hiring.
Correct.
So according to you, what is right hiring? Because I believe that there is so much of talent surrounded.
Correct.
Right? When we start hiring also, we get very good employees.
Correct.
No, but then that retainership is not there.
Right.
Okay. So that point of time, how can we say that, this is kind of a right talent?
See, right hiring is actually a science, to be very frank. What happens is when founders, when they start their own companies and stuff like that, and also bigger companies, bigger corporates, they hire for CVs. Most of the times. What they say is they look at an impressive CV, they get impressed, and sometimes they forget what problem are they trying to solve. So when are you hiring? When you're hiring to solve a problem.
Yeah.
So there has to be clarity at the start.
Agreed.
So it starts with the job description. Job description is very, very crucial. I mean, it cannot be a copy paste, it cannot be an AI generated thing.
Yeah.
It should specify the problem you're trying to solve. So that the candidate who is applying is very clear in his or her mind that I am joining this company to solve this problem. As simple as that.
Correct.
So pre-screening is as important as interview. because any flaw there, see, you will eventually find out if the candidate is good for you or not. वो 6 महीने
Absolutely.
बाद you will come to know.
100%.
So it is very important कि pre-screening में आप देख लो, JD के साथ match करो, and interviewing also is a skill. Many times what happens is यार अपने HR ने जो है, they have asked for all the right questions, soft, they've interpersonal skills and all they have checked, and then the line manager would ask the functional knowledge, and then you're good to go.
Correct.
So the culture aspect is also important here. All these three things, when they combine together, then it makes a great hire.
But you know what I've seen in corporate, because I've also worked in the corporate.
Right.
So many a times what I've observed is after taking 6+ interviews, getting hired also, end of the day, the company realized that, this person is not a right person for us.
Right. So that's actually, that's a costly mistake. I don't see, if you miss any of the one aspect, which is pre-screening, screening, and interviewing, you'll land up in trouble. So if you have the right JD, everything starts with clarity, like I said before. Everything starts with clarity, and what are you trying to solve? So you could have a candidate who's got a really good, impressive CV, who is doing really well in the interview, but then eventually 4-5 months down the line, the candidate is not performing. So
Absolutely.
It could be the candidate's fault, and it could also be the management's fault. I would not blame the candidate entirely here. Sometimes what happens is the management does not give you a clear indication of what is expected of you. So the onboarding also is equally important.
Correct.
So once the candidate joins, you need to tell specifically, you need to be very specific, कि 180 days, 6 months down the line, this is what I'm expecting from you.
Correct.
Once the expectation is clear, probably the candidate will deliver. And many a times the candidate, also from the candidate point of view, sometimes you're applying for jobs that you haven't had the experience, but you want to work for the big brand.
Correct.
So there is a mismatch there, but it is the HR's job to ensure that such screening is done before the candidate is offered.
Absolutely.
So that there is a smooth transition.
Talking about culture,
right,
in a company.
Right.
Look, I've also seen that international companies,
correct,
they have this culture at place where they don't fire employees easily. Okay. But then hiring is not right. They have already realized, as you said, that
correct,
it will be a costly
correct,
thing that you have done.
Correct.
They really have observed that entire candidate
Right.
over the past 6 months or say 1 year, but they have this culture that they cannot fire an employee.
Correct.
In that case, what will be the HR role, and what kind of things that HR does
Right.
to help the entire
Right.
say industry or
See,
a company.
in case of a wrong hire, what happens is that person is typically not fit to do a specific job. So if you were to compare that in today's, if you were to give it a sports analogy, you're asking a Cheteshwar Pujara, who is a test specialist, to come and bat in a T20 match and be the opener. He is good at he is good in test.
Correct.
So many a times candidates who are good in something and you're asking them to do something really different to what their core is. That is where you're asking for trouble.
Correct.
So to my knowledge, most of the HR, what they would do is put them in performance improvement.
Okay.
Performance improvement process होता है, उसमें they probably ensure that the candidate, the employee is going through a process wherein they try to improve the performance. Also, many times they shift departments also. By department, I mean not inter-department, but within the department, they could be given some assignments that would suit them more, and probably the productivity could go up.
Correct. So HR plays a very important role in that case.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, again, as you said, that it will be a highly cost involved for that particular employee.
See, wrong hiring, people feel that wrong hiring is only to do with salary. Salary is the least cost.
Correct.
There is this opportunity cost, there is this cost of the promoter, there is this culture shock, cost, wherein a wrong leader comes and the team starts rebelling and there are a lot of attrition in the team. I'll give you an example. Back in 1983, Apple then was a small company, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
So 83 there was a guy called John Scully in marketing in Pepsi. He was doing marketing in Pepsi. He was doing a fantastic job. Pepsi was doing so well, and the ads were spoken about
Yeah.
throughout the world, I guess. Steve Jobs wanted this guy on board. He was adamant कि यार मुझे ये बंदा चाहिए किसी भी हाल में. John Scully was not interested. Steve Jobs chased him and then convinced him to join Apple. You know what
Correct.
happened after that? John Scully ने Steve Jobs को Apple से निकलवाया.
Oh my
So
God.
the company then Steve Jobs had to leave Apple. He went and found Pixar, I guess, and there was a 7-8 years ka gap, and then he came back and took Apple to where it is now. So wrong hire is not only the cost angle of
Yes.
only the salary angle.
Correct.
It is also what impact it has. It could take a company down by 3 years, 4 years. You never know.
Absolutely.
Also, near home, I mean, back home, if you look at cricket as an example, Sourav Ganguly chased Greg Chappell to be the coach in 2005, I guess. He was very adamant that Greg Chappell should be the coach. What happened next? Greg Chappell came, and Sourav Ganguly, all the seniors had a difficult time.
Yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
most important thing in hiring is also to check for the culture.
Yeah.
You could have tick marks on all the other aspects. Ki maine ye, I've handled such kind of work, I've handled pressure, I've done all of that, and I've worked in a similar situation before.
Correct.
But can you work within the framework of the culture? Because every company has a different culture. Every company has different leadership style. Can this person adapt to this style? And that's the most important thing.
True.
Right.
You were talking about marketing, right? When I was talking to you
Right.
off camera, I heard that you started your career in marketing.
Right.
So how this shift happened from
Right.
marketing to HR?
Right. So marketing, I used to work with Samsonite, and then I moved on to Godrej. Godrej, I was handling a bakery division. So I had to handle a team, and I realized that I'm good in dealing with people, communicating with people, and in recruitment they call it the talent spotter,
Yeah.
So for recruitment you need to have that eye कि यार ये बंदा ये काम
कर
है,
पाएगा.
ये बंदा ये काम करता है. Because right hire is as important as hiring. You cannot put someone in the job and expect him to do a good job out of it.
Correct.
People respond really well when they're put in jobs that suits their personality. So that is when I realized that probably HR is something, and a lot of my colleagues told me that, yeah, my HR, before I go to the HR, I come to you because I like the way you communicate the problems, solutions to our problems. So that probably HR is something that I would do good in, and I just started then.
So I believe that you have that good observation skills.
I believe so.
I really get the sense that
Right.
because HR role is such that you need to identify, you need to observe that candidate in and out and understand that this person is going to be a right fit or not for that particular profile.
Right. Absolutely.
So, again, marketing is a very creative job.
Correct.
Right? And HR is again a job which has certain, traits or certain things that is required for the job. It's very soft and, again, it's more communication oriented.
HR, I wouldn't say that HR is soft. Because see, what happens is, end of the day, every department is trying to solve problem for the company. It is only differentiated into departments. Marketing is trying to solve one problem of the company, which is to be seen and heard by the consumers.
Correct.
HR is trying to solve a very, very important problem, that is getting the right candidate at the right place. If you don't do that, see, I feel that promoter has two jobs. The founder of the company either has to be selling his service or product, or he has to be hiring people. These are the two important jobs any founder would be doing.
Correct.
So HR is now, I think we spoke about this, HR is so important, that Leena Nair, who was the CHRO of HUL, went on to become the CEO of Chanel.
Yeah.
So now HR is being taken that much more seriously.
It is.
That a CHRO can lead a company. This never used to happen probably a decade back. Wherein most of the CFOs or someone from the marketing background would go on to lead companies.
Yeah.
Now this is changing slowly.
It was quite प्रोफाइल ओरिएंटेड. आपने मार्केटिंग किया है, आप सिर्फ मार्केटिंग के रोल पे ही आगे जा सकते हो.
Correct.
But then now things has changed.
Like senior management, especially when it comes to CEO, especially when it comes to leading the company.
Correct.
Leading the company में there was a bias towards sales and marketing guys or a CFO. CFO majorly because you handle the finances, you know exactly how much is needed for the company to probably go and how much funds are needed and all those stuff.
Correct.
So till that point in time, you know, it was believed that CFO could actually lead the company, and HRs were not considered. Now it is changing slowly.
It is.
Slowly and gradually it's changing.
So when you say it is changing, when did this shift happen? Like, you know, why it has become more important day by day? Why it is becoming more important?
Correct. See, like I said, any company that wants to grow needs to have good people working for them.
Yeah.
No company can grow without good people in their
absolutely
in the payroll,
not,
right?
Yeah.
So this is a very critical role, and most of the companies have started realizing that, and the war for talent is real. See, competition market में जो the war for market share comes at a much later stage. War for talent आप जब जीतोगे तब जाके आप market you will go and win the war in the market,
correct,
right?
Correct.
So this shift has been gradual, but now people are realizing that नहीं यार, if you have a strong, you wouldn't believe so many companies when they start out, they don't have an HR department. They start out with sales and marketing department. That's the only department, and a finance department. So now when you are starting, the HR department has to be strong.
It has to be.
Netflix also had a very strong HR department, and that is why Netflix is where it is today.
Correct.
You look at all the top Indian companies. You look at Godrej. You look
they
at
understood
Tata.
that, you know, hiring the right talent, and for that you need to have a proper HR
Correct.
at place.
So you look at any of the Indian companies, Godrej.
Yeah.
You look at the Tata. 100 years they have been investing in HR. Right? The HR is so strong over there.
I heard this podcast of this Zomato guy. Yeah, he told it very clearly that, you know, if you want to scale your business, you need to hire a person who is much more smarter than you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that is where your HR leadership plays a very important
role. So if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room, right? I mean, you need to have people smarter than you working. Otherwise, Steve Jobs once famously said, if you hire someone and then you have to tell them what to do,
exactly,
then that's a wrong hire.
Absolutely.
You hire someone and that person tells you what to do, that's a right hire.
True.
So you need to first identify what problem you're trying to solve, take the right candidate, and then don't micromanage. Then just step out of the way and allow that person to take the company forward.
So nowadays, even MSMEs, like, you know, startups, even they have this, you know, either they outsource to some agency.
Correct.
To hire a right kind of talent for them, but then even they realize the importance that, you know, मुझे हमारे पास HR का होना ही चाहिए system.
Correct.
You know, we need to have HR agency at place wherein, you know, our work becomes easy.
Correct. So see, like you said, MSMEs or startups, the biggest mistake they do in the initial years is to hire friends and relatives. So once you hire friends and relatives, it's very difficult to make them accountable, right?
You
cannot tell right. कुछ बोल ही नहीं सकते हो यार.
The biggest mistake I believe.
Yeah, and second is, you know, they hire without a JD, they hire without clarity, and they also don't use expert guidance like you said. They should be using more of recruitment partners.
True.
I'm not saying use TGC. I'm just saying use specialized recruitment companies, because क्या होता है ना, founders want to save cost initially.
Yeah.
But eventually what happens is, penny-wise
you are spending small amount in different verticals.
Correct.
Right.
Penny-wise pound foolish वाला बात होता है, जहाँ पे यार you are trying to save the pennies and you are spending pounds, because यार बंदे तूने अपने गलत बंदे को लिया हुआ है.
True.
He will leave in 6-7 months, and साथ में आपका culture, opportunity cost, and all of those costs would escalate, and then you are starting from zero all over again. So better to work with people who understand HR. It will make your life much more easier. That's what I feel. So
here I'm just correlating one of the experiences I had with one of my friends.
Yeah.
He is into manufacturing.
Right.
Okay, he's been in this industry, again, a legacy.
Right.
Okay, but again, even today, his biggest challenge is recruitment.
Correct.
You know, turnover is more than 150-200 CR.
Correct.
But the challenge remains same. Every time when we meet, we only talk about Nirale. I'm not getting the right people.
Right people.
You know, people come and they go.
Correct.
They come and they go.
Correct.
Do you have some kind of say in that?
See, hiring right and onboarding. Onboarding is very critical. So when we hire right, and then in the first 90 days we'll decide whether the candidate will stay in the company for a longer time or not. And then the culture is also very important, Nirale.
Yeah.
I feel that the HR could have fun Fridays, the HR could have offsite meetings, all of that.
Yeah.
But if you don't treat your people with respect, no one is going to stay now. Respect is non-negotiable.
True.
It could be someone who is just joined, or it could be a person with 10 years experience, or the senior most person in the organization. Respect has to be non-negotiable. Once that is done, these are all fun Fridays and stuff are important,
yes.
But this is non-negotiable. This is non-negotiable. I feel once you do that, slowly the attrition rate would go down. People would want to work in your company, and you share the profits with them.
Correct.
End of the day, unko bhi, see what is there for me. If I am working for a company, if I am not growing with the company is growing, but I am not growing.
Correct.
So I will not like it, because I know I have worked with the company, I have contributed, I have to be rewarded. It could be in the form of an incentive, it could be in form of a bonus, but that has to be shared.
Correct.
There has to be an HR policy wherein incentives, bonuses has to be shared with them, with the team. I don't even, it has to be called a team. It's like someone working with you. So probably that is something.
So for your vertical, I believe India itself is such a big market.
Correct.
Because there are a lot of businesses which are still traditionally run.
Correct.
Okay, like as I said, like my friend, there are a lot of other traditional businesses which are already running.
Correct.
Right. So challenges there also remains the same.
Correct.
But somehow I believe that people don't understand the importance of having HR agency or taking HR services.
Correct.
So do you want to say something on that?
Like the MSMEs, you mean?
MSMEs and big manufacturing units or big industries like transport,
right.
Logistics, they are still unorganized.
Right.
Traditionally, but their turnover is more than 250, 300 CR or maybe 500 CR.
Right. If you look at it, there are a lot of we get about on a daily basis, we get about 100-150 inquiries on a daily basis.
Oh wow.
But we are also very choosy about working with the right company, because so see, it's a very sensitive kind of a role, because when we are working and when we are asking a candidate to join a company after resigning from his or her own company, we don't want someone to join a company which we don't believe in.
Correct.
Otherwise, it should not happen that they've joined a new company and something is happening. We don't want that. So we are very choosy about the kind of companies that we work for. Coming back to your question, most of the companies have started doing that now. They have realized that they have started. Especially for niche roles, they have started coming, because they know they can have in-house talent acquisition guys, they can have RPOs. But end of the day, recruitment is not easy. Recruitment needs an environment where people are trained day in and day out. With new technologies coming about, it's important for you to train your people, because 2023 se 2026 there are so many new jobs that have come, which did not even exist a couple of years ago.
Correct.
AI में आप
lot of job roles.
So आपको आपके टीम को भी you need to give that training कि this is the JD, this is what that person will be doing. It is no longer the old marketing, finance, IT or production roles. There are so many roles that is coming up. So it requires a specialized environment. It requires training on a continuous basis. It requires a lot of things. So when you're doing something, suppose you're in manufacturing, you rather focus on your business and leave HR and recruitment to someone who has already done this.
Yeah, who is an expert.
Yeah. So for our company, we have been around for 20 years now. We have a team that on seeing the CV and making a call and asking a couple of questions, we can screen immediately कि ये बंदा will fit or not.
Correct.
So we solve. We do not allow the client to waste their time. Waste their time rather.
Correct.
So when we send CVs, we send about 4-5 CVs, उसमें से 3 lineups आ जाते हैं, 3 में से एक shortlist होके select हो जाता है. टाइम काफी बचता है उसमें.
Exactly.
And the right candidate join करने से उनका जो turnover है वो भी, that helps them in their bottom line as well.
So you're talking about CVs. CVs also nowadays people try and create very impressive CVs.
Correct.
Okay, so can you just tell me what are the top 3 signs where we can understand that whatever is mentioned in that CV as for that guy, maybe it's not up to the mark or maybe he's trying to fake.
Correct. See, CV, आजकल तो you get a lot of, you make CVs using AI. So it's all picture perfect. You go through a CV and you feel like, wow.
Correct.
But then to understand, see, normally leadership roles, we specialize in leadership roles. People don't lie that much on CV. They would exaggerate the facts. They would give themselves a bit more credit, but that's understandable because they're trying to push themselves. But knowing, you take a CV and you screen them, you call them and you ask a couple of questions, then if the knowledge is superficial, you can easily make out. I mean, we are trained to do that. We're trained to do that. You call someone and in 3 questions you would be able to make out that whatever is written is right or not. So we would if it's not answering properly, we would not take the CV ahead.
Correct.
That's what we do.
So this is just from my knowledge. Basically, I really want to understand. Now after 2019, a lot of startup is coming into place, right? The ecosystem, entire startup ecosystem is booming like anything. When we start for the first time, okay, what will be the first job role which, very important for a founder to have at place? What will be the first candidate? Who will be the first candidate for that person?
You mean which function he should be recruiting for? I think that's a good question. Normally people would say sales, but I feel EA would be the best person to hire. I'm talking about MSMEs just trying without funding, bootstrap. Someone is just trying to start. I think you need an AI who could just organize the day for you because you're so much focused on keeping the ship afloat. You're just trying to do a lot of stuff. You need someone who can just maintain the calendar for you and all that stuff. I think EA would be the right thing.
Yeah, that is very important. Right. So when I started, I had EA.
Okay, that's great.
The first person whom I hired was EA. But then somehow
good EA would make your life much more easier.
Yeah, so that's where my point is. I was not able to identify the good EA.
Correct.
Who can be a right fit.
Right.
What I did was I hired very experienced person. Okay, but somehow it was not matching up to what I wanted from that person. Okay, so many a times that also happens that आप अपने से ज़्यादा talented लोगों को लाके तो रख देते हो, लेकिन आपके energies को शायद match नहीं कर पाते हैं. Right, so in that case, what can be done?
See, not only you, many founders, many startups, what they do is they hire people from an established company. Suppose you're just starting out in food, you're just starting out in FMCG. You want someone from a PNG or an HUL. The problem is these guys have worked in systems that is already built, right? They are maintaining that. But for a startup or a founder, you need someone who can come and build systems for you. There is a huge difference.
Yeah.
You need someone who thinks like an entrepreneur, who is able to work in chaos.
Correct.
When you're hiring from a bigger company, they are used to everything being taken care of. यहाँ पे क्या है, आप sales, you need to be like an all-rounder. And you need to create systems on your own. So it's a different ball game altogether.
It is.
So when you hire someone, you'll have to train them. And we sometimes also expect a lot from day one, but we need to train them. Yeah, this is what is expected of you. Let's do it together. That kind of a training, right?
I've also seen that, if you hire a person from, say, corporate and cut to you are joining a startup.
Correct.
Okay, corporate people, they have this thing in their mind that, सब कुछ systematically होना चाहिए, ऐसे होना चाहिए, वैसे होना चाहिए. Startup है, थोड़ा time लगता है.
Correct.
Right, so that is also something which creates, even though you give them a lot of salary.
Correct.
Okay, but end of the day, that person is not satisfied.
Correct. See, now what is happening is, you wouldn't believe, there are a lot of people who are wanting to join startups. By startups, I don't mean the bootstrap one, I mean the funded ones.
Funded ones, yeah.
क्योंकि वहाँ पे the chance of growth is exponential.
Yeah.
You look at people working in Lenskart or Flipkart, or you take Licious, you take any of these startups, they get ESOPs and they end up being, getting paid for really, really well.
Correct.
So startups, there is a lot of craze for people to work in startups, and these startups are more like corporates because everything is. So coming back to your question, for bootstrap, yes, when there are no departments in place, it becomes a bit difficult for them to adjust. The smarter ones are that they adapt. In today's day and age, it's important for you to be really adaptable, because otherwise you will not be able to get the outcome that you want.
Correct.
And you need to take total ownership.
Absolutely.
Ownership is one mindset, I feel. When you take total ownership of your work, obviously, see, you may feel that someone is not noticing you, but your manager and someone at the top management is already noticing you because you're taking total ownership.
Correct.
And when the time for promotion comes about, that person is going to be promoted for sure. So I feel when you're working, take total ownership of the work, and probably that can take you places.
Absolutely. So coming back to the point where what are the 5 mistakes basically the founders make in their first 3 years of their entrepreneurship journey?
Right. 5. So I think the first one I've already discussed, wherein they take friends and relatives, they hire without clarity. They speeden up the process. They want 10 people to be joining today now. So उस चक्कर में they don't get quality. They don't work with experts. And the job descriptions are not defined. When there's no clarity, you onboard 10 people and 10 people are sitting and they don't know what to do exactly.
Correct.
So job descriptions is something that you need to be really clear. And sometimes what happens is they try to make one person do multiple jobs.
Yeah.
You need.
But is it allowed in India?
Multiple jobs, as in within the department, not moonlighting. No, not moonlighting. What I'm saying is, probably if they are in marketing, they also want someone to be doing a bit of sales.
Multitasking.
So, I think you need to have specific people with clear accountability for each task.
Correct.
That is where magic happens,
Correct. So now with a lot of AI at place, what do you think? What is changing with the employment?
Oh, AI has massively transformed HR. I can speak about HR. It's massively transformed the entire industry for sure. But HR traditionally has been a reactive department, if I can say that word. It was more of an administrative department. Now AI has helped HR becoming more predictive. पहले क्या होता था कि यार there is one guy who's left, now चलो इसके लिए replacement ढूंढ लो.
Correct.
Now AI is helping in hiring. AI is helping wherein you can scan through 10,000 CVs and AI will specifically tell you these 10 profiles fit the bill. AI can help training and development, telling you that these are the people जहाँ पे gap है and this is the training that you can do. AI can help in managing attrition. AI can tell you flag कि यार ये बंदा जो है 6 महीने के अंदर छोड़ सकता है. So you better get a replacement for this person well in advance, or you kind of counsel this person.
Correct.
AI can also help you do performance development and identify leaders so that you can coach them separately. Obviously, you don't want people who are going to be leaders to be coached in a similar fashion. They need to be coached in a different way. So AI is going to change. It's already started doing that and it's bringing huge changes.
But you know what?
Even from the employee point of view. So if I am applying for a job, if I am going for an interview, what I can do is I can just upload the job description, I can just upload my CV, and I can just tell AI ChatGPT ko bol do yaar, this is the job that I'm applying for, this is my CV. What do you suggest? Should I tweak my CV? I mean, tweak as in not make drastic changes, but take some creative liberty and help me prepare for this. So what AI will do is AI will start asking you questions like it is an interviewer. So once you prepare that and then you go for the interview, you're already prepared. You know what are the questions I need to answer, how I
Yeah.
need to answer, and what is it that is going to impress my interviewer.
Correct.
So AI, if used properly, can actually help you a lot.
So 2 days back, I was seeing this reel where the hook was AI will take away your jobs.
Right.
So how real is that?
See, like I said, it is not going to be AI taking away the jobs. It's going to be the people who know AI taking away your jobs. You need human intervention.
Yeah.
Without human intervention, AI is not going to work. You need someone to prompt as well. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think that is going to happen, but you need to have that mindset, learning ability, learning agility wala mindset चाहिए जहाँ पे यार I need to be learning every day now, because
Yeah,
things
you
are
need
not
to.
as it used to be prior to 2023. Things are changing daily. You need to have an ownership mindset. You need to have a mindset जहाँ पे यार I am at ease with technology and AI.
Correct.
You won't believe, in fact, 40 plus candidates, there used to be age bar, previously when people, used to share JD, they used to say, 40 plus candidates ko avoid karo. But now with AI coming up now, these candidates are again in demand now.
Is it?
Yeah, because what I feel is those guys are using AI more,
yeah,
than
they're learning more.
than your youngsters, if I may say so, because they are so much. So experience plus AI is a lethal combination.
Yeah,
It's a lethal
true.
combination. I
True,
mean,
true.
obviously, it will bring a lot of the productivity of that particular employee will shoot when that person uses AI, right?
So this is kind of a misconception that AI is going to take away your jobs.
I don't think so. I don't think so. See, there would be corrections. There would be a lot of jobs, repetitive jobs that could be lost to AI. But if you're not using AI, we could land in trouble.
So
You need
AI,
to be
so there are
well-versed.
pros and cons both the way.
Right.
I have seen that people who are doing interviews sitting at home, they're using AI
Correct.
to crack that interview.
Correct.
Now, in that case, how does HR role, like how HR plays a role in identifying कि यार ये बंदा AI देख के ही बात कर रहा है, because there are a lot of techniques.
Correct.
And there are a lot of ways.
That not only with AI, I think during COVID, a lot of VCs used to happen. And there were so many cases where someone else was appearing for the interview online and the person joined.
Yeah.
So it was not specific to AI.
Correct.
So AI, I think there are more pros than cons.
Yeah.
AI, if you use in a smarter one, see, AI adoption is happening rampantly.
It is.
All the big enterprises, they are using, they're kind of adopting AI like anything. So that is actually creating a lot of jobs also.
It is
Creating a lot of jobs. So
it is creating a jobs, and people are also utilizing it in a better way.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, I've also seen companies, they're using this TND for specially teaching their employees.
Correct.
On how to give correct prompt.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I have observed that it has been utilized.
Right.
Now people started training also.
Absolutely. So if your company is not using AI and your competitor is using AI, I mean, obviously the competitor will have smarter people because they're kind of using AI.
Correct.
So that works.
So how does your company basically, so we have spoken a lot about HR, we have spoken who will be the right candidate, we have spoken about a lot of things on right hiring.
Correct.
And AI. Now I really want to understand how top gear consultant company can help a founder or CEOs or big companies to get the right candidate at place.
Right. So we have huge database. I mean, we have a huge database, and once we get to know the requirement, we probably know what kind of candidate would suit, because we pay a lot of importance to the culture also. We know that this candidate, although there's a lot of tick mark on the functions, the functional area, but will this candidate and his personality suit the company? So we have that working knowledge as well. We have been around for a long time now. It's our 21st year now. We've been around for a long time, and we typically know what will work for our clients.
Correct.
So once a requirement comes about, probably our turnaround time that we promise our client is 24 hours, but we usually deliver in 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. And we are very. I get a lot of sleepless nights trying to ensure that this TAT is maintained, because that is what we are known in the industry for.
So when we talk about, say, you give a lot of services, right? It's kind of end-to-end solutions. Okay, so when we hire a wrong kind of candidate,
Correct.
how does it impact financially to that particular company?
See, that's what I told at the start of the podcast also. Salary cost, जब हमको लगता है कि यार wrong बंदा है, ये he was around for 6 months, तो 6 महीने की जो salary है, they have lost out on that. It's actually much more than that. It's much more than that. Because you have an opportunity cost. We had a case wherein a client wanted to enter a new market and they had taken a sales guy to enter the new market,
Yeah.
and the entire team was recruited and they could not get through because the timing was not right. So then they came to us and we helped them hire the right candidate. So a lot of things, a lot of costs are associated. Then your senior management, if it's a leadership role, the time the founder would invest in the new hire, all those things are really high cost. But
Correct.
what comes across is only the salary cost. Right?
So I guess we have already spoken about this in our previous conversation as
Correct.
well, right? That right cost or a cost which is been involved in hiring the candidate
Correct.
is way much higher.
Yeah. And also, if you look at it positively, the right hire can propel your organization to some other level. So if you take the recent example, Sanju Samson,
Yeah.
midway through the tournament, he was selected and he played some stellar knocks.
Correct.
Almost a quarterfinal, semi-finals and finals. I mean, if you just imagine if Sanju Samson was not there, and credit goes to the management of the team also for keeping faith and speaking to him and keeping his morale high. So the right hire at the right time can actually add a lot more value. See, why do people connect with Sanju Samson so much now?
Yeah.
So we all are working, and suddenly what is happening now is youngsters would join the team, and we feel that they are taking all the credit away, right? And we feel insecure, and we're waiting for our time to shine, but it's never coming. But when you look at someone like a Sanju Samson who's been around for 10 years and suddenly his time has come, we get inspiration, we get inspired saying that Sanju ka hua hai, even
हमारा
we
भी
will
हो ही जाएगा.
आ ही जाएगा. So
Correct.
that is why he's so popular now. There are a lot of things to learn from him as well. And how, in an interview, he was asked, how did you manage to do so well? So what he said really hit me hard. He said, when I was playing just before the World Cup, I was playing for myself. In that sense कि मुझे prove करना है कि why should I be in the top 11? उसके बाद the team management, Gautam Gambhir and Surya Kumar Yadav came and told him, यार तुझे जिताना है टीम को.
Correct.
So then he realized कि यार मुझे टीम को देना है. And he said कि boss, when I play under such situation wherein I have to give to the team, I'm a different player. So he must have introspected. He knows exactly where his strengths lie, and he's used that to his advantage.
Correct.
So we all kind of draw inspiration from him. कि यार boss, आएगा. There would be a time
there is
where
an
opportunity for all of us.
So talking about youth, talking
Correct.
about Gen Z.
Correct.
There are pros and cons again over
Correct,
here
correct.
as well, right? They have they don't have a long-term vision.
Correct.
Or maybe the retainer becomes very difficult.
Correct.
So what do you think that according to you as an HR expert or an HR leader, do you think that a company having a Gen Z mind is equally important having an adult mind?
See, I don't think that Gen Zs don't have a serious outlook towards life. I feel that I have seen a lot of Gen Zs come. I work with them also. There are a lot of people in my team also. I feel they're the smartest people.
Yeah.
They have more exposure than all of us. Technology, they were born with gadgets. My son, who is like 11 years old, you give him a phone and be it Android or Apple, he'll fix it for you. So they have exposure in all those things.
Correct.
So the point is, how much is the leadership willing to invest in them? So if you invest time in people, you tell them what the goals are, you align their goals with the company's goals, then you see what kind of contribution they can add.
Correct.
Simply saying that no, they are not good enough just because they get bored easily. Maybe they are bored because they're not getting challenging work to do.
Yeah.
Give them challenge. Give them a challenge. Then you can see the difference. I think they can actually add a lot more value. And most of the clients that we work with, they understand this.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of people rise also. We
Mhm.
recently placed a brand manager. That brand manager has got about 3 years, last 3 years, maybe 2 promotions. So if Gen Zs are not so serious, I mean, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
I
correct.
think that's a very wrong notion that people are carrying. It's not that, it's just that they're very vocal, they're very confident than maybe a millennial before, because the circumstances were different, the situations were different.
Yeah.
Now they're more confident, they're more aware, the exposure is really high. So
Correct.
the onus is on the management, the onus is on the leadership to get the most of it.
Mhm.
How do you get the most out of them? That
Correct.
is the question.
So would you like to say something to the Gen Zs, like, who really want to do a good job, or they feel that, I have that kind of caliber to sit on a leadership position,
Correct.
right? But then they're not able to.
So I feel that, see, once Gen Zs decide on something, कि यार boss मुझे ये करना है, and they get the right motivation for it, probably they are going to do it.
Correct.
But they need helping hand. They see, when you speak to Gen Zs, you feel that you're speaking to someone really mature because they have so much exposure.
Yeah.
हम क्या समझते नहीं यार, ये तो एक adult, I mean, as good as 10 years experience. We speak to them like as if they have 10 years experience. But then you have to trade minds with them. Nahi yaar, they are 24, 25 years. How were we when we were 24, 25?
Yeah.
We had no, I can speak for myself. I had no clue what should I be doing. But when you speak to a 24, 25-year-old now, you know because they have seen the world. They know what's happening.
They are visionary. They are more visionary.
Yeah, they have exposure.
Yeah.
We keep on saying that Instagram scores are not good, but then at the same time, that is also giving a lot of knowledge. News, they are kind of updated because of that.
Yeah.
I am ready to stick my neck out for this, but then I feel that for Gen Zs, if they get a bit more focused in life and they get a mentor who has seen it all and they say that you're good at it, I think finish what you start.
Yeah.
That is what I feel is the most important.
That is very important. Like, finish what you start.
And that applies not only for Gen Zs.
Yeah.
I have,
That's for everyone.
Yeah, that's for everyone. But that should be the mantra. If I take up something, I should finish it, no matter what. If I start going to a gym, I better continue it. If I start, anything, it could be a personal thing, it could be a professional, I should finish whatever I start. If that is what you're feeding your mind, probably,
Correct.
Success is just around the corner.
Absolutely. You rightly said, like, when you might have begun your journey, of course, there might have been a lot of struggles.
Correct.
Right? It is not that, picture perfect, हमने शुरू किया, कल boom हो गया, and everything is looking good.
No.
Right? So would you like to share some of your challenges or struggles that you might have come across during your journey?
Struggles and challenges थे काफी. Struggles, I don't think struggles थे. Challenges थे, but I enjoyed them. But to be very frank, there were challenges and I used to get a high by solving them.
Yeah.
तो वो एक high मिल रहा था, and somewhere down the line I used to live thinking कि यार आज I was just focused on the single day. A lot of people told me you should be thinking 3 years advance, 4-year, 5-year plan, which I do now. But back then I was just focused on यार आज निकाल लूँ मैं यार, because it was that difficult.
Yeah.
But then that helped me, because if I were to look 2 years down the line, then it would have given me a lot of stress and I wouldn't have been able to continue.
Correct.
So taking one day at a time, I genuinely feel that if you take care of the week, the month takes care of itself.
Patience.
And so on and so forth.
Correct. I heard somewhere that, pressure is a privilege.
Correct.
Right? Once you have that pressure,
Right.
you are able to crack that, and then you get what you want.
Right.
So it's very important to have that pressure, that stress in this entire journey. Otherwise it becomes difficult. एक सीधा रास्ता दिख रहा है आपको और कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे.
And if you want something in life, it won't come to you when you're watching TV, sitting on the couch. It won't come and land up on your lap, right? So if you want something desperately, you have to go and get it. I mean, you can't just be chilling and expecting good things to come in your life.
Correct.
If I want something, I should be ready to sacrifice a lot of things for it. And that should be the mindset. And once you do that, probably more and more success comes to you.
So let's talk more about leadership. Okay, so when we talk about leadership, what changes first? Whether is it mindset, performance, or the skill set?
You mean for a leader or
Leader for leader.
Okay.
When you're hiring any kind of leader in that particular position, so what changes? What shifts first?
See, I think the most important thing is mindset.
Mm.
Without the right mindset, I think skills makes no difference, makes would not add value. Because mindset ही अगर if you have a negative mindset, you're going to look at problems in every situation.
Yeah.
If you have a positive mindset, you're going to say नहीं यार challenges है 10 challenges है but एक रास्ता निकल रहा है इसमें से. So I'll go for that. I will be focused on solving this. See, what happens is when you're leading a team, you want people who are coming to you with problems and 3 solutions in it. You need problem solvers. You don't need people who will come and tell you these are the problems. वो नहीं होना है. So you need to be very clear कि if I am taking someone, has this person solved real problems in his life? So once you identify that, यार ये बंदे ने real problem solve किया, मतलब यार he does not, the buck stops at him. He does not just puts his problem on someone else's head. That is very important. So once someone is solving his or her own problem, it becomes much more easier. You can just say, yaar, tu dekh le yaar. Or else things will start coming and everyone will start coming and piling the things on your head.
Correct.
It's very important. Mindset is the most important thing.
And also when you hire a leader, like, you're hiring someone, though your company does have more, you deal more into leadership, right?
Correct.
You hire a bigger roles.
Correct.
Okay, so it's very important to understand that person also, whether he has that kind of mindset.
Correct.
To drive the entire team.
Correct.
In a positive manner.
Correct.
And I have seen lot of companies where the leaders are kind of a person who always wants to lead in a way, putting a lot of pressure on that particular employee. Okay, and end of the day, things turned out to be very negative.
Correct. See, I genuinely believe that the leader has to, when the credit comes, the leader should be standing at the back and let the team take the credit.
Yeah.
And when the bullets fly, when there is a lot of criticism, the leader has to come in the front and take the bullets. That's what I feel. That's what leadership is for me. So end of the day, if you are someone who puts your team under the bus, once any crisis comes, you're not the right leader. So once a leader starts doing that, the morale of the team drops. और टीम को पता है यार ये this guy is going to put me under the bus when the problem comes. I rather be safe. I don't want to take any problems. I don't want to give a suggestion because if this goes wrong, he'll come and say I told you so.
Correct.
So you need to build that trust. You need to tell that your team ki boss yaar, I am there to take care, and you don't have to overcorrect things and छोटे mistakes में उनको you don't have to
point
do
out
it.
करो, pinpoint
ज़्यादा नहीं
करो,
करना.
yeah.
If you praise in public and criticize in private and give feedback, blunt feedback दो. I'm not saying कि feedback मत दो, but feedback ऐसा दो कि वो बंदा improve, ना कि उसका morale down हो.
Yeah.
So these are small things, but these points, they go a long way in determining the culture. You look at a team, you look at a happy team, and you know that this team is productive, performing. Team देखकर you can say that a productive team है कि नहीं. They are very happy.
Correct.
And this is brought by the leadership. कोई भी any company you take, the culture is determined by the CEO.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have, 100%. Like I said before, you can have the
100%.
Fun Fridays and stuff. It does not make any difference. It will make, obviously, unless it's combined with all those stuff.
Yeah. So we have spoken a lot about say employment. Okay.
Correct.
I really want to understand, how do a job seeker evaluate a company before even joining that company?
Correct. You mean to understand how
employees can do
so
it.
Now it's very easy. So when you have got a call from a company, you could just go to Google and just analyze and research about the company. The most important thing is to understand, if this company is growing. See, growing company join करने से, you'll get a lot of benefits. If there is a company that is stagnated, probably you will also be stagnated in that sense of the matter. If there is a growing company and you are able to contribute something to that, probably you will grow exponentially.
Yeah.
So you need to do your R&D, you need to go to websites, you need to check the reviews made by ex-employees, you need to speak to people, you need to find out who the manager is also. Because manager kaun hai, personality kya hai, build that manager or the job, allow me to grow. You need to look at all those things. That makes a lot of difference. And also, I feel when candidates would get shortlisted, when they're going for interviews, we get a lot of feedback from the client saying that the candidate was not that prepared. The candidate was good. He or she knew everything, but the candidate was not prepared. Wherein when it came to the company itself, they did not do much of research. So my advice to all the candidates who are seeking jobs is to go prepared.
Yeah.
Go prepared, like do a lot of research, understand about the company, about the financials, about the industry, about the challenges, possible challenges they are facing, and then go for the interview. And then there could be a marked difference in the way the interviewer is treating you as well.
Correct.
So that makes a lot of difference.
So hearing this, I come to, I'm just recollecting a case study of Kingfisher.
Right.
Right. So even after studying a company's profile most of the time, you can't judge, right, that what will happen in future.
Correct.
जैसे Kingfisher का हुआ था,
Correct.
रातों रात बंद हो गई
Correct,
थी,
correct,
and then
correct.
employees have to struggle.
Correct.
They didn't get their salaries on
Correct,
time.
correct.
A lot of things happen.
Correct.
Right. So in that case, employees have to suffer.
Right.
And there are no other options they have, and they have to switch.
Right.
So would you like to say something to the employees that they need to be prepared for everything that comes their way?
So like I said, updating your CV, you should not update your CV only when you require a job. Updating your CV should be something that is happening on a regular basis. And also preparing for the interview. I always feel that there is a term called elevator pitch, which is used for sales.
Yeah.
I think that you should also apply it for hiring. Wherein you meet someone, you meet a founder, you meet someone like a Dipinder Goyal, and you want to work in this company, you're in a lift. What would that one sentence be wherein he would be forced to hire you? I have seen that your company is doing this much, the sales. I can double it, or maybe something like that. I'm just so updating your CV, practicing for interviews is something that you need to be constantly doing. That will help you. I mean, even if your company is going under tremendous pressure, that and staying updated with technology, AI. So probably that will give you an edge, and it will be easier for you to find a job.
So this entire job culture, you can say, or this entire thing, nowadays there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of hiring happening, and there are a lot of companies who are just asking employees to leave. Okay, big international companies are doing it. Big banks are doing it. International banks are doing that. They are not retaining their employees. So what companies do nowadays to retain the right kind of talent in their company?
So again, I think upskilling yourself, reinventing yourself, and to be relevant. I mean, see, no company in its right sense of mind will ask anyone to leave if they are contributing to the company. So you need to be relevant. You need to add a lot of value all the time. And once you do that, obviously no one is going to ask you to leave. The problem arises when your productivity goes down. And that goes down when you step into that comfort zone. And you're not upgrading yourself.
Correct.
So that is the most important thing.
And generally, if I ask, what companies basically do if they want to retain employees?
See, retaining employees, I think the most important thing, like I said before also, it's a non-negotiable. You need to respect people. And the culture should be of respect. Correct. I mean, everyone should be respected in the company, no matter what the grade is. So once that is done, the culture typically becomes a happy place. I'm not saying don't make people accountable. Please make people accountable. Please let them know what their KRS are well in advance. Know what is expected of them. But do it in a respectful manner. Just because they're reporting into you, you cannot be using abusive languages. You cannot be firing them. I mean, in front of 10 people. I think
Yeah.
those are small things, and we need to sensitize managers also. Many times in companies, big companies, they wouldn't even know that their manager is behaving in such a way. So there should be a regular training to ensure that the team is not treated that way.
Correct.
Because once that is done, the culture can go down probably really fast.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing is to treat everyone with respect. That should be a non-negotiable. Once that happens, everything else will
Yeah,
fall
it's
in
very
place.
important. It's the most important. Without respect, no one will.
Correct. And people
retain.
see, I'll tell you what, people feel that normally people change jobs only for salary. But we have come across many cases.
No.
It is not only salary.
Yeah.
People want to be respected. End of the day, if I am working somewhere, I need to be appreciated. I need to be told that you're doing a good job. It's not only about salary. If I am being insulted, if I am being taken for granted, I would not want to work in that culture, right? Once you bring that aspect wherein you feel that probably this is a non-negotiable thing and people have to be respected at work, everything else falls in place.
So thank you so much, Rajesh ji. We had wonderful conversation.
Sure.
It was very candid.
Thank you so much.
And we also got to know a lot about hiring.
Right.
Hiring the right kind of person, which
Right.
is at most important, and
Right.
people struggle most of the time.
Right.
Okay, your company helps other industries or the companies to get right kind of people.
Correct.
And placing them at the right time.
Right.
With a lot of trainings and a lot of onboarding process and a lot
Right.
of things. So Rajesh ji, we were talking about right hiring.
Correct.
Okay, so what changes if you have a right candidate at right place, what basically changes? Is it the entire company's vision or the employee's position?
Correct. So we have had a lot of cases wherein we have placed candidates at a client's place and we've seen them grow really well. One thing that happened very recently, and it's like on top of the mind, because we got an email from the CEO saying that this was a fantastic hire and thank you so much. And so we celebrated as a team also, because
wow.
that was a huge achievement, probably for someone at a leadership position to write to you. So we had a position for the category head for an FMCG major to be based in Dubai. So we placed that candidate. Now in 3 years' time, the candidate goes from being a category head to a marketing director.
Wow.
So he's also being groomed to be the next CEO, it seems. So we are very happy. The candidate is also in touch with us. The client obviously is really happy with us. So that is one thing that is. So the right hire at the right time probably can propel the company.
And things are also changing, I believe. Like, companies are also accepting. पहले के ज़माने में कैसे होता था ना, that you have this process के 5 साल होने के बाद ही director's position मिलेगा, या फिर 6 साल होने के बाद ही directorship मिलेगा. So now things are changing.
Fast track में होता है. If you are showing spunk with less years of experience also, they are given responsibilities that matches their potential.
Wow.
So that is happening quite often.
Now we are heading towards our rapid fire round.
Sure.
So whatever questions I'm going to ask you, you need to answer in one word.
Sure.
So are we up for it?
Sure.
All right then. Resume or mindset?
Mindset.
Rightly said. Salary or culture?
Culture.
Loyalty or performance?
Both.
Yeah. Fast hiring or right hiring?
Right hiring.
Yeah. Nowadays it happens now, बहुत ज़्यादा fast hiring भी होती है.
And then फिर
उतनी fast firing भी होती है. Degree or skills?
Both for now, but skills probably in 2 years from now.
Yeah. Job hopping, smart or risky?
I would say both.
It is. But I've seen gradually, like, with job hopping, people have actually gained a lot of exposure. They get a lot of opportunities as well.
But job hopping mein hai, but I am from recruitment, but I would say that sometimes when people stick to one company, after certain years, the returns get compounded. काफी ज़्यादा growth भी. I've seen people rise exponentially after 10-12 years also. I am someone who is in the business of recruitment, but I would say this as well.
Yeah, true. Startup or corporate?
Both.
Toxic boss or toxic team?
None.
Company will become toxic.
Yeah.
Stability or growth?
I think both.
Yeah, both.
Excuse me.
Quit early or suffer longer?
Quit early.
Yeah, very, very important,
Yeah.
right? You need to quit early if you feel the
Or your
environment is
confidence
becoming
would go for a
toxic.
toss. Yeah.
So thank you so much once
Thank you,
again. One
Nirale.
last question that I have is like, during our conversation off camera, I've also heard that, you are launching your own book.
Correct.
So would you like to give us some glimpse about your book?
So, as I said earlier, hiring is actually a science. That is what I've realized over these years.
Yeah.
It's no longer that gut feel that you feel that someone will work. This ye banda kaam kar lega. yaar. That it is not what it used to be. So there are different facets to it. So what I've done is use all my 20 years of experience and went deep into each facet and wrote this book. It's called Power of Hiring Right.
Wow.
So probably if you could it would release in a month's time. So it would be great
Lovely.
if you all could grab a copy and read it. It would be really good for HR managers and also for candidates on how to prepare.
And I believe startup founders also.
Yes,
Somewhere
yes.
they'll be able to get a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
help from this.
Thank you so much. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so thank you so much once again. So
Thank you,
before we
Nirale.
sign off, one last message for our platform, Ek Soch.
Oh, fantastic! Like I said, it looks very warm. When I saw it on YouTube also, it looked very warm. But when I came here, it's much more than that because the host is so warm. The team is good,
Thank you
right
so
from
much.
Brinda, you, everyone here. So I think again the team decides the vibe of the
Yeah,
company.
absolutely agree. So thank you so much once
Thank you,
again. We
thank
had
you.
amazing conversation. It
Right.
was very candid, and being me, I consider myself also as a startup. So being a startup, I also got to know a lot about right hiring. I believe hiring is kind of a team is a partner.
Correct.
Okay. End of the day, eventually, whenever you go in your life, grow in your life, it's all because of your team.
Correct.
One person cannot run a company.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So thank you so
need a
much.
team, yeah.
So thank you so much once again, and to all our audience. You know what? Hiring plays very important role, guys. You should not neglect taking advice from the right expert who can do everything for you. And now with this entire podcast, you know whom to approach. If you feel that your company should have right candidate who can help you in scaling your business, Top Gear Consultant. So thank you so much once again. Signing off for today. Myself, Nirale Pandya from Ek Soch, one idea that changed your life. See you in the next episode. Till then, have a nice day.